an inspector. You're in and out of houses and obviously closer to toilets than I'd like to be. And, you have a phone that is durable enough to do that. Now, when people are out buying a house, of course, it's kind of similar to the way you bought your phone, different than maybe the other 99% of people. Because, there's some real features in there that are so important to what you do. When people are out buying houses, a lot of times maybe it doesn't have all the features they need. And, part of your business, I think, is maybe helping people understand, what features are kind of fixed. There's nothing you can do to change them, which maybe is like a foundation. And then there's all these remodeling projects that maybe can get somebody to be able to buy a house that isn't perfect, but turn it into something that is. Do you tend to work with a lot of people on these type of, remodeling projects and helping them understand what will or won't work?
I would say 90% of the people that I talk to in terms of looking at a home, they go, can I take that wall out? Okay, unless they're buying a new home. I mean, the older homes have a much more closed-in, typical room feeling versus the open concept that we like today with the new homes. So remodeling is always at the forefront of people's minds. And probably the biggest thing is, will a couple survive the remodel, depending on the remodel that's going to get done.
Sure.
So that's a biggie.
So when you start looking at all the remodeling projects, because the take out a wall is always everybody's thing. Can we just take this wall out? But when you start looking at, are there good projects and bad projects? Because, the wall coming out is, of course, something that's pretty aesthetic. But maybe you're not getting money out of it, or maybe it's not adding value. I think a lot of people are, what are some of the best and worst ones when it comes to maybe adding value to the house?
Well, I've got a good list here of kind of the 5 worst and the 5 best remodeling projects that you get in return for your money. Okay? So what do you think number 1 is, Ben? We're going to go through our list.
Oh, man.
Any guess?
On the worst?
No, on the best.
Oh, the best? I've always heard like kitchens and bathrooms.
Okay. Heather, what do you think?
I think the same thing.
Do you think same thing?
We got a couple of pros here. Matt and Mike, what do you think?
Definitely kitchen.
We'll get some mics on even.
Okay. All right.
Get these guys dialed in. You're bringing in a round table early on our show here, Jim.
I'm sorry. Well, I'm going to start off with the worst. The worst in terms of return is a remodeling of an office. Okay. About a 40% return. So it's if it's something you really want, no problem. And this is the thing that I'm seeing about this list and the return is the things that we really kind of want that are kind of frivolous are definitely the worst in terms of the returns.
So like turning a bedroom into a home office.
Yes, or just even doing a big fancy, putting in all the shelving and all the desk and all the stuff in terms of making it really trick for you in terms of an office, unless you're working at home, and that's what you need. It's kind of like me needing my phone.
Sure,
okay?
Although I think a home office now, to my point earlier, is really just a cell phone, isn't it?
It pretty much is.
What else do you need? Shelves for what?
Exactly.
You just put stuff on there that you don't end up needing.
Exactly. I mean, are there books anymore?
No,
I mean, hardly, so that's kind of crazy.
I know all the paper I have in my office is like, I need to probably throw that away soon, It sits there for a week or two, and then you're like, I do not need this still.
Yeah. The second worst thing to do is a sunroom, okay? That's kind of about 46% in terms of return. Let's see. I had one other one here. What was that? Oh, upscale bedroom and bath addition. Okay, so that's a
That's a bad
the third
one?
of the worst, okay?
Like
That's
the master suite?
If you're doing the master suite, okay?
Really?
And see, everybody looks and goes, God, I'd really like to have that master suite. It is, and it's fabulous, and it's really, really enjoyable, but you don't really spend a whole heck of a lot of time there as a general rule, awake. So anyway, a backup power generator. Now that's something I'd really like. I was out of power 5 years ago for 10 days, and it was like, I would really like to have the one that just snaps on automatically, within 13 seconds, and you're up and going. I did finally break down and buy a pull generator that I have to kind of plug in and stuff, but it sure keeps the refrigerator going, So next one, and this is a bad one for the guys. I hate to even spread this one, is the nice garage edition, okay? Because all the guys would like to have a nice garage
cry
shop.
over there.
So I thought that was kind of
interesting.
interesting.
Wish you didn't put in that garage, huh, Matt?
I just drywalled the texture in my garage. I did the whole thing.
So anyway, we were talking a little bit about remodeling earlier, and Mike was talking about doing a remodel for about $180,000, and it all depends on your tastes. Okay, if we do a minor kitchen remodel, something in the $10,000 to $20,000 price range, okay, that is a really, really great remodel. The problem is that most people go, well, you know what? God, I really want that Viking cooktop or that Viking stove, and that sets the tone. And all of a sudden, you're spending over $100,000 on a kitchen remodel, and you don't get your return out of that. Okay, but you do get a 75% return out of a basic kitchen remodel.
Jim Estrada joins us, owner and lead inspector of Property Inspector LLC, discussing the different remodeling projects you may or may not want to get into. Jim, keep going, my man.
Okay, we got a few more here. Best install a new garage door. Okay, so what you're going to start to see is the things that
That's
attract.
the best thing?
No, this is number 4 of the best.
Oh, okay.
So I'm kind of going backwards. I'm
Okay,
building
got
up
it.
to a big
You're
crescendo
building up,
here.
got it.
Okay, we got the band and everything in place here. So anyway, what you're going to start to notice is things that attract people to the house, okay, to get them in terms of the sale. Okay, another thing is a wood deck. Okay, or a new patio, but the patio, of course, is a little more expensive. Replacing your siding.
What's the difference between a patio and a deck?
Patio's concrete. Deck is wood.
That's the only difference?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. A lot easier to maintain a patio.
Yeah.
I prefer a patio over a deck.
Yeah,
or
good.
a solid surface deck I would have, which I have.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have a wood one, and it's the Ipe, and it's a pain. I mean, it looks beautiful, but you got to stain it all the time.
Yeah, it's a pain.
Yeah.
No question about it.
Should have gotten a patio.
Number 2, and especially if you got LP siding, is replace your siding. If you have old, worn-out siding, I mean, nothing zips up a new house like new siding and new trim, all freshly painted and stuff. And I honestly have seen many, many situations where somebody had LP siding, which was a defective siding kind of in the early 90s. When people have replaced that, it might have cost them $20,000 by the time they were done, but they got $30,000 more value in the house. And the reason being is because 50% of the marketplace won't even look at a home with LP siding. That's what I've found. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Now, that's kind of pretty much run its course and stuff, so we don't have a big problem with that. And the number 1, can I have a drum roll, please, Heather? Okay, thank you. Is a new steel front door. Okay, adds security. It's bright. It's clean. It just gives
a
you
steel front door.
Yeah, with a nice color to it.
Wow.
Okay, and it only costs you $1,100, and you get an 85 to 90% return on your money.
Done.
What a deal!
Steel doors are going to be sold out at Home Depot this weekend.
Isn't that the truth? I think just a new front door will definitely clean things up. No question.
So a lot of these things seem to be like, I mean, right when you're getting ready for the sale. These are kind of these quick fix items, do you think?
No. I mean, why would you do a new deck? I mean, unless your deck was rotted, okay?
Okay, because you're not really getting like 130% in value. You're kind of getting like just under 100 in return on whatever you're spending.
Right. But, you should be able to enjoy it.
Yeah.
No question about it.
I mean, I would enjoy a steel door immensely.
Your wife would from the security. And if you had a ratty old door.
What's interesting about that is we just have about a minute left, but, we're in downtown Kirkland, and this huge project that Portola is going in downtown Kirkland. And it's like 140 residences or apartments in like 1 acre. It's the highest density building in Kirkland.
Wow.
And so it's it's like a block away, and we can just see everybody in the neighborhood's like, well, now all the overflow parking and all this. Steel doors, man. My wife will love them.
Are we seeing doors? What color are their doors? Are they not
They
installed yet?
they haven't built the thing yet. No, but we'll have to get steel doors with all the hoodlums that'll be now living in our neighborhood.